Today I will be discussing seventh concept in the first unit. List different types of object-oriented programming languages. In the previous class I have discussed basic concepts of object-oriented programming. They are classes, objects, encapsulation, data hiding, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, dynamic binding, and message passing. Now, in this class, I will be discussing different types of object-oriented programming languages. The object-oriented languages are classified into following two categories depending upon the features they support. They can be first one, object-based programming languages. Second one, object-oriented programming languages. Now let us see what is object-based programming language. The language that supports encapsulation, data hiding, and abstraction is called object-based programming language. They do not support inheritance, dynamic binding, and polymorphism. Means the object-based programming languages support encapsulation, data hiding, and abstraction. The object-based programming languages do not support inheritance, dynamic binding, and polymorphism. Now example is ADA is a typical object-based programming languages. ADA is one of the example. Another example is Visual Basic. Now let us see second one, object-oriented programming languages. Now let us see definition of object-oriented programming languages. Object-oriented programming language incorporates all of object-based programming features along with additional features, namely inheritance, polymorphism, and dynamic binding. Object-oriented programming can be characterized by following statement. Now look here. Object-oriented programming language is equal to object-based features plus inheritance plus polymorphism. Right. Now let us see. Means object-oriented programming language supports object-based features along with inheritance and polymorphism. Now let us see differences between object-oriented programming and object-based programming. Now first one, under the object-oriented programming language. First one, object-oriented language supports all the features of OOPs like data encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, data abstraction, dynamic binding, etc. And let us see first statement under the object-based programming language. Object-based language does not support all the features of the OOPs like polymorphism and inheritance. Now let us see second difference under object-oriented programming language. Examples of object-oriented programming languages are C++, Java, Python. Now let us see second statement under the object-based programming language. Examples of object-based languages are JavaScript, VB, and ADA. Next one. Let us see third difference under the object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented language does not support built-in object. Now let us see third statement under the object-based programming language. Object-based language has inbuilt objects. For example, JavaScript as window object. JavaScript supports not only a window object, it supports many number of the objects, but window object is one of them. Now, this is the third difference between object-oriented programming language and object-based programming language. Now let us go to next page. In the next page, I have given multiple choice questions for competitive exams like ESET. Now let us see this one. Which of the following language is a object-based programming language? Ruby, Python, PHP, Ada. What is the answer? PHP is a object-oriented programming language. Python is also object-oriented programming language. Ruby is also object-oriented programming language. Here answer is Ada. Now let us see next one. Which of the following feature is not supported by object-based programming language? Now, option A encapsulation, option B abstraction, option C data hiding, and option D is inheritance. Option D is the answer. Option D is answer. Object-based programming language does not support inheritance and polymorphism. But object-based programming language supports encapsulation, abstraction, and data hiding. That is why answer becomes D. Now, this is the end of the class. Already we have seen 6 concepts in the first unit. This is the last concept, that is 7th concept in the first unit. This is the end of the first unit. In the next class I will start second unit in the C++. I will start second unit in the C++. This is the end of the class.